normal combo, 2 monsters set to synchro on our opponent's turn with a counter trap. Looks pretty safe, huh? Duster pops the counter trap, magical mullet. What can possibly go wrong? Greetings, Rigil Agateiades here, and holy crap, there's a lot going on for the 2nd anniversary in Master Duel. First, we have the login bonus that gives us Royal Finish UR tickets, got a 4th copy of Dark Magician that cannot be dismantled. I cannot describe how disappointed I was. But got the Bingo Machine Go on the 2nd ticket, with a new Chaos Max structure deck out as well. Maybe we'll go give the age-old Blue Eyes a go later. Then we have the new selection pack, absolute bonkers with a new meta deck to the scene, the Snake Eyes. Almost creative mode, but somehow even with a deck of level 1s, they still make it to the most boring board ever. Appaloosa, Borrowload, Baron. Can't you monkeys come up with any new ideas? Other than that, with Snake Eyes come the new Dark Magician of Yugioh. With the same stats as the ultimate wizard himself, Diablo Star is everywhere because like the Adventurer engine, she can provide continuous advantage in the form of a negate every turn in an infinite loop with no restrictions whatsoever. Finally, we have the coolest deck of the set, and the deck we're playing today. We are following the footsteps of the first man to die, falling into a black hole while playing a card game on a motorbike. Good reason to focus when driving. This is the Tech Genius, a deck that didn't work at all, until now. With the new Synchro level 5, TG over Dragonar, they now have a Rekindling sitting in the extra deck, and for some reason it is a non-tuner Dark Dragon Synchro monster. Thanks to this status and the undoubtedly strong Rekindling effect, the deck is now extremely good at one thing: summoning the Synchro version of Kali Yuga on the opponent's turn. On summon, Hot Red Dragon Archfiend King Calamity prevents your opponent from activating cards or effects on the field, basically saying you can't play the game. Then there is also the new starter of the deck, Rocket Salamander. It is capable of reaching Dragonar on its own and is the starter for every single combo in this deck. With the TG version of the Melody of Awakening Dragon, that gives us 6 copies of the starter. Or is it? Just like Dragonar, who's conveniently a Dark Dragon Synchro non-tuner monster, the Rocket Salamander is also conveniently a level 1 fire monster. This means we can search it like a snake eye. Counting the 3 copies of the original Sinful Spoils, which I pulled all 3 of, we now have 7 extra copies of starters, more than sufficient to make a deck consistent. The rest is very linear deck building. Caught by the Grave, Crossout, and Gamma, all to stop hand traps so we can pseudo FTK in peace. Now let's move straight on to the combo. Today we're going over the 2 combos we use the most on this deck, with our old friend the True Monarch of course. The first combo is a 1 card with Rocket Salamander, and the second a 2 card with Rocket Salamander plus any TG that ends on King Calamity and an Omni counter trap. My limited brain cells cannot handle anything more. The first combo is like the baseline performance of the deck, the combo you would use when you drill too many hand traps. It is also useful in a grind, as you start with a Rocket Salamander, end on something, and a Salamander in hand, so it is a loop as long as you have the extra deck monsters. You start with summoning a Rocket Salamander to the field, definitely not flexing a royal copy of it. Use its effect to tribute itself and then summon a Skrill Serpent onto the field, and trigger its effect to bring back the Rocket Salamander. Once we bring back the Rocket Salamander, we can Synchro make a 5, and that would be Over Dragonar. Over Dragonar has the Rekindling effect that allows you to summon any number of TGs from your grave. So if you have any more TGs into the grave with whatever pitches or mills you have, you can summon all of them in one go. Now we have a 4 and a 1 on the field again. You will be seeing this pattern a lot in TGs, and this time we summon the Star Guardian. Star Guardian's effect on summon gives you a recur from the grave, so you just add a Rocket Salamander back from the grave to your hand. And that would be the end of our combo. While you are locked into summoning TGs this turn due to Dragonar's effect, you can synchro summon in your opponent's main phase with Star Guardian's effect, so you are free to summon any synchro level 10 of your choice. You can of course choose to summon the boring Baron of no style, but my personal choice is the Chaos Angel. Dragonar and Star Guardian are light and dark respectively, so you can use the Chaos Angel in its full potential, while banishing a card on your opponent's field anytime on their turn, and having all the resources you need to play the next turn. Now the second combo. 2 cards, Rocket Salamander plus any TG. In this case, it is the Tank Grub. The start of the combo is the same as the 1 card, but instead of summoning Star Guardian, you summon the Link Free they got from the Master Rule 4 era, the Trident Launcher. Its effect summons 3 TGs, exactly 1 from the hand, 1 from the graveyard, and 1 from the deck. You have to have 1 in the hand to activate the effect, which is why the combo is a 2 card. If Tank Grub is in the hand, summon Rocket Salamander from the deck, and vice versa. If you drew the Skrill Serpent instead, summon the Grub from the deck. And then summon Dragonar from the graveyard always. Now we just have to put everything onto the field. Rocket Salamander to summon the Skrill Serpent from the grave, and then we once again have 4s and 1s on the field. Summon Star Guardian here to get back the Grub. And we also trigger the Grub's effect to summon a token. Now with Star Guardian's effect, we summon the Grub from the hand. That gives us a level 1 tuner on the field, and we can now synchro summon level 2, the Mighty Striker. Mighty Striker on summon searches us a TG spell trap, which is where we will search our Omni Negate, the TG Close. TG Close is a counter trap that negates any spell or trap or monster effect if we control a machine TG monsters. TG machine monsters are very limited, with only TG Trident Launcher, Glaive Blaster, Blade Blaster, and also Halberd Cannon as machine monsters. But you can also use TG All Clear to turn all TG monsters on the field into machine monsters. And that's it with our board. With this board, the 3 monsters on the left turn into King Calamity, and TG Close can stop the first thing they activated in the main phase. You can also tweak the combo to get back the Rocket Salamander for the combo next turn for 1 less token on the field. But I put the token here for a reason. What if we cannot use King Calamity? Let's say King Calamity gets banned. I sure hope they do that when Centurions come, or more simply, you actually want to play Yu-Gi-Oh without losing a friend. Then this board is the answer. With Dragonar and Mighty Striker, you can summon a Synchro level 7. My choice is the Black Rose Moonlight Dragon, which on summon bounces a special summoned monster. Then with Star Guardian and the Grub token, you can make Metaphys Horus, and that is why we are leaving the token on the field. Metaphys Horus gains effects based on its synchro material. With the token conveniently as a normal monster, we now have a negate for any card on the field while being unaffected by card effects. Don't forget, you have the Omni Negate counter trap as well, so not bad for a 2-card combo. One more thing, don't forget that King Calamity is a when effect, so it can miss timing. You must toggle on and use Star Guardian or Mighty Striker's effect to summon as Chainlink 1. Now the replays. The first replay is to remind you why King Calamity isn't that evil in rank. Normal combo, 2 monsters set to synchro on our opponent's turn with a counter trap. Looks pretty safe, huh? Duster pops the counter trap, Magical Mullet, what can possibly go wrong? Since King Calamity hitting the field is too cruel of a sight for someone trying to have fun in ranked, and looks exactly the same as a combo demonstration, the replays I chose today has no King Calamity anywhere. Instead, I want to show you what to do when things go south. As you can probably guess, the deck is not great at going second, so we are putting in as many hand traps as we could fit. This is also useful when something like this happens. Good thing we still have 3 interactions because of how we built the deck. Opponent's turn, they also start with Diabell Star, told you she's everywhere, and will stop with Vader to prevent the infinite resource loop. Our opponent then activates Ogre Dance. I let that pass, but in hindsight probably should have stopped it with Chord By, because Xiamen is a level 3 tuner, and Diabell Star is a 7. The boring Baron again. Before the Baron dropped, we fired off all our spells, no reason in saving them anymore, and then we take our 3000. Our turn, we get a draw with the Seeker, and then we pitch the original Sinful Spoils with Diabell Star, and she takes the Baron Negate. Then we use the original Spoils Graveyard effect, adding us our starter, the Rocket Salamander, but our opponent misplays! He used Chord By on the Diabell Star, hoping that by preventing the shuffle it can stop our search, but read carefully. The shuffle is after the semicolon. Since it's not a cost, we get to search our starter as normal and our opponent surrenders. Third replay, we have some actual dueling going on. Our opponent is on Black Wings, a 5Ds duel just how I like it. Opponent summons Sudri and then we Ash, then Avata and we max C. Not gonna lie, a bit gruesome, but that's why this duel feels like an actual duel. Nobody's making a huge ass ball. We start by pitching the driver and then grabbing 2 TGs, and then we activate TG, all clear, which gives us an extra normal summon and turns all TGs on the field into machines. Pop a grub in the hand to search another Salamander just to fill up the grave, and then we make a Dragonar. Our opponent made the right call though, and down comes Chinook, no Dragonar for us. Usually that is the end of our combo, but we have the extra normal summon. With all TG's machine on the field, we can use Rocket Salamander's second effect and bring back a grub, get the counter trap with Mighty Striker, and then we call the power of the Signer Dragons. Level 7, Black Rose Moonlight Dragon. Bounce the Black Winged Dragon, and with the counter trap live thanks to the token being a machine, we are set. Opponent summons Zonda for a bounce, gets negated by TG Close. With Moonlight Dragon being a bounce when they synchro, that is pretty much the end of the duel. But our opponent could actually get over our board. I'll see if you can figure out how. But nah, I'd win, because I still have the limiter removal in the grave for next turn.